The nervous system is a complex network of many nerve cells which carry impulses to and from different areas of the body. It helps control behavior and physiological processes. It can be split into the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system consists of the brain and brainstem, and the spinal cord. It receives information from sensory receptors in the sense organs, for example the eyes and skin, via sensory neurons. It then sends messages to effector organs, muscles and glands, via motor neurons. Relay neurons are found in the brain and spinal cord and allow sensory and motor neurons to communicate. The brain. The brain consists of four main areas: the cerebrum, cerebellum, diencephalon and brainstem. The cerebrum is split into two cerebral hemispheres, connected by a bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. The cerebral hemispheres control high-level cognitive and emotional processes. It contains four lobes: occipital, parietal, temporal and frontal. The occipital lobe processes visual information, the temporal lobe processes auditory information, the parietal lobe integrates information from the different senses and therefore plays an important role in spatial navigation. The frontal lobe is associated with higher-order functions, including planning, abstract reasoning and logic. The brainstem connects the brain and spinal cord and controls involuntary processes, including our heartbeat, breathing and consciousness. The role of the spinal cord is to transfer messages to and from the brain, and the rest of the body. The spinal cord is also responsible for simple reflex actions that do not involve the brain, for example jumping out of your chair if you sit on a drawing pin. The cerebellum deals with motor skills, balance and coordinating muscles. The diencephalon can be split into two parts: the thalamus, which relays nerve impulses from senses to where they can be processed, and the hypothalamus, deals with the regulation of body temperature, hunger and thirst. It also controls the release of hormones from the pituitary gland. Now let's talk about the peripheral nervous system. The role of the peripheral nervous system, PNS, is to relay nerve impulses from the central nervous system to the rest of the body. It can be split into two parts: SNS, the somatic nervous system, and ANS, the autonomic nervous system. The somatic system contains sensory and motor neurons. The role of the somatic nervous system is to carry sensory information from the outside world to the brain and provide muscle responses via the motor pathways. The autonomic nervous system deals with automatic functions that we do not have conscious awareness of. It plays an important role in homeostasis, which maintains internal processes like body temperature, heart rate and blood pressure. It only consists of motor pathways and has two components: the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system deals with the fight or flight response. Dangerous situations trigger the sympathetic nervous system to increase heart rate, blood pressure and breathing rate, while less important functions like digestion, salivation and the desire to urinate are suppressed. Its main neurotransmitter is noradrenaline. The parasympathetic nervous system is involved in rest and digest. It relaxes the body to a normal, resting state. After the danger has passed, it reduces heart and breathing rate, and reduces our blood pressure. Any functions that were slowed down during fight or flight are started again, such as digestion. Its main neurotransmitter is acetylcholine.